All right, so this one's all about my bookworms out there, because you guys know I love reading. I saw this tweet from author Ijeoma Oluo, and it got me thinking, because she said, just a little PSA. If you read a book by listening to the audiobook, it is in no way a lesser experience than reading a paper book. That's weird, ableist nonsense that have people feeling like there is only one legitimate way to learn, and we need to push back against it. So ladies, how do you feel about audiobooks versus actually reading a book?
Well, I feel that my audiobook, Small Doses, Potent Truths for Everyday Use, is available in stores. You can check it out and listen.
Bother.
You can listen to that and experience my voice.
Well, hold on, because I have a book, too, coming out. I tried to change, so you don't have to.
Oh my God.
Authors.
Published authors.
You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. So what do you ladies think about the difference?
I don't think it's weird ableist nonsense. I do think that there are different ways that people learn, but I obviously felt like there was a necessity to do a written version and an audio version, because I think that there is something to be said for the written word and the reality that books have lasted for so long for a certain reason. I think you do gain something different when you're looking at something on a page or you're feeling something on a page if you're blind and you're, reading with Braille, and being able to refer back to it, which is different than when you're listening. And also something I think is really unique about reading on the page is that it's your voice that you're reading it in. And I think there's something important to you reading in your voice than you having someone else give you their voice. Not to say that one is necessarily better than the other, but I do think they're unique experiences that are worthwhile having.
Yeah, I don't get why it would bother one person that somebody's doing it another way. Like, do what you do. Like, why does it bother you if somebody's listening to an audiobook? But I do agree with you. There is something really special about not just hearing your own voice, but also hearing the voices that you create in your head of like what these characters sound like, the pictures that you're painting in your mind of what this is like. So I personally love paper books. Like, I like the smell of paper books. Like, I love going to libraries still and like smelling a room full of books. Like, I'm obsessed with that nostalgia. Like,
You're a bibliophile.
Yeah, that really makes me happy. Yeah. So I collect books. I have tons of books in my house. But my husband actually likes to listen to podcasts and audiobooks and things like that. So now I find that if I was gonna listen to an audiobook, it would have to be listening and looking at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I read like that.
Yeah.
I read and I read out loud. It helps me read faster and it helps me retain better.
Well,
Me and my
I like
husband
the
will read to
reading
each
because
other.
I like to be able to, some words, y'all know I be having issues pronouncing words. So that's why I like to read. And then I can find new words and new things where if I listen, I don't actually get to see the word.
Yeah.
So I like being able to see the word. And if it's something I don't know, I can look it up and things like
So you
that.
feel like you learn more when you...
For me, I learn more.
I like the actual book.
So I'm a visual learner. So I have to read
Actually
along,
look,
and then not only that, I like holding the book.
Yes.
I like bookmarks. I like bending the page.
Do you like highlighters and note-taking
Yes,
as
I
well?
put notes in it.
Me too.
You also notice, like, when you read the book, you can catch yourself when you didn't catch that whole paragraph. When you actually dozed off and you didn't listen to it, so you gotta go, wait, I gotta go back and read that all again.
It does concern me when people say, I want to hear the audiobook because I don't want to read and I don't like reading.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That concerns me because I really am someone who's very rooted in education. And I feel like even if reading is not your best way of learning, it's an important way that you still need to continue to grow and, enhance.
Exactly.